Sunday, November 9th, a full day of action across the NFL, NBA, and NHL. In the NFL, the 49ers, Bills, and Ravens set the tone with tactical control, while Detroit looks to solidify its offensive dominance. In the NBA, Milwaukee, Boston, Philadelphia, and Sacramento stand out as favorites, thanks to their collective balance and structure. And in the NHL, the Red Wings, Penguins, and Jets keep their momentum alive in matchups built on precision and rhythm. Welcome to Outatime Sports, where stats turn into vision and every game tells a story. Make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned because every play, every lead, every night matters. Falcons versus Colts. Colts, 61%, under 60%. Indianapolis arrives with better balance between defense and ball control. Their ground attack has been steady, and their defense limits big plays. Atlanta competes well but loses efficiency away from home. A physical, tight contest where the Colts impose structure and win by a short margin. Giants versus Bears. Bears 59%, under 61%. Chicago performs stronger at home, relying on a defense that feeds off the crowd's energy. New York continues to struggle with protection and lacks offensive consistency. Expect a grinded-out matchup with many empty drives, where the Bears use their defense and clock control to prevail. Bills versus Dolphins. Bills 63%, over 64%. Buffalo maintains one of the league's most productive offenses, led by a quarterback in great form who punishes aggressive Miami has speed and talent but remains vulnerable defensively against quick attacks. A high-voltage duel full of scoring, with Buffalo's steady offense giving them a slight edge. Ravens versus Vikings. Ravens 62%, under 60%. Baltimore has found defensive stability and a ground game that wears opponents down. Minnesota depends too much on its aerial game, making it predictable against a physical Ravens defense. Expect a slow-paced battle with few points, controlled throughout by Baltimore. Browns versus Jets. Jets 60%, under 61%. New York has improved its running attack, and its secondary remains one of the most reliable in the conference. Cleveland stays inconsistent and lacks finishing power on long drives. A defensive matchup with limited scoring, where the Jets use home advantage to pull ahead. Patriots versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers 61%, over 60%. Tampa Bay brings a deeper offense with strong aerial options. New England relies heavily on defense and lacks explosiveness with the ball. Expect a balanced tempo early, with the Buccaneers breaking it open in the second half through big plays. Saints versus Panthers. Saints 60%, under 61%. New Orleans improves its ball control and maintains defensive reliability. Carolina still hasn't found rhythm on offense and struggles to sustain long drives. A slow game with many stoppages and few points, leaning toward the Saints through steadiness and discipline. Jaguars versus Texans. Jaguars 62%, over 62%. Jacksonville keeps an aggressive offensive system, balancing the run and pass effectively. Houston competes but concedes too many passing yards. A divisional matchup filled with trading scores, where the Jaguars close better thanks to superior rhythm. Cardinals versus Seahawks. Seahawks 61%, under 60%. Seattle always elevates its play at home. Its defense has regained solidity, and the ground game sustains momentum. Arizona depends heavily on mobility and creativity, but lacks consistency. A controlled, low-scoring game favoring Seattle's command. Rams versus 49ers 65%, under 62%. San Francisco holds the league's most complete defense and a rushing attack that dictates pace. The Rams threaten through the air, but show cracks along the offensive line. A physical, time-controlled game dominated early and often by the 49ers. Lions versus Commanders. Lions 63%, over 61%. Detroit showcases a dynamic offense and strong pass protection. Washington's inconsistent defense allows too many third-down conversions. Expect sustained offensive rhythm and clear dominance from the Lions. Steelers versus Chargers. Chargers 62%, over 60%. Los Angeles relies on its aerial power and a quarterback in top form. Pittsburgh's defense competes, but its offense falls short. An open, high-scoring affair where the Chargers' firepower makes the difference. Reliable parlay of the day. 49ers win. Bills versus Dolphins over. Ravens win. Lions win. NBA. Houston at Milwaukee. Milwaukee 65%, over 60%. Milwaukee arrives with a solid defense that controls tempo at home. Houston has improved offensively, but still shows inconsistency in rotation and late-game decisions. The experience and rebounding edge favor the Bucks, who should dominate from the paint and keep control throughout. Brooklyn at New York. New York 63%, under 61%. A New York rivalry, defined by contrast. Brooklyn pushes pace and transition, while the Knicks rely on defense and physicality. Tempo control will be key, but half-court stability and late-game poise lean the advantage toward the home side. Boston at Orlando. Boston 64%, over 62%. Boston keeps structure and discipline, punishing defensive errors with sharp execution. Orlando tries to play fast, but struggles against teams that move the ball and crash the boards. Expect Boston to manage the flow and control the matchup from start to finish. Oklahoma City at Memphis. Oklahoma City, 62% over 64%. OKC plays with energy and pace, taking advantage in transition. Memphis brings physical strength inside but falters when intensity stays high. A close duel, but the visitors' offensive efficiency should define the ending. Detroit at Philadelphia. Philadelphia 67%, over 63%. Philly keeps asserting dominance at home with an organized scheme and rhythm control. Detroit competes in stretches, but can't maintain effort for 4 quarters. The hosts' power on both ends should be enough to secure a steady win. Indiana at Golden State. Golden State, 63%, over 62%. The Warriors push motion offense and speed, while Indiana counters with balance and tactical focus. If the Pacers limit Golden State's scoring runs, they can stay close. But home court and experience tilt the scale toward the Warriors. Minnesota at Sacramento. Sacramento, 64%, over 61%. Sacramento thrives at home with constant offensive rhythm and perimeter spacing. Minnesota will depend on interior defense to compete. Yet the Kings' deeper arsenal should carry them through a convincing finish. Daily Parlay, Milwaukee, Boston, Philadelphia, and Sacramento. And at Blackhawks versus Red Wings. Red Wings, 60%, over 55%. Detroit remains dominant at home with fluid offense and timely defense. Chicago competes but struggles when pressed with sustained pace. Expect an entertaining, attack-heavy contest favoring the Red Wings' depth and control. Kings versus Penguins. Penguins 60%, over 55%. Pittsburgh rides positive momentum with balanced lines and sharp finishing. Los Angeles stays competitive on the road but can't always match speed. A dynamic clash with multiple chances, where experience and chemistry give the Penguins a small edge. Hurricanes versus Maple Leafs. Hurricanes 55%, over 55%. Carolina plays confidently with well-coordinated offense. Toronto defends its ice well, but sometimes leaves gaps in neutral zones. Expect end-to-end action between two attacking styles, with the Hurricanes likely capitalizing on transition. Mammoth versus Senators. Mammoth, 60%, over 55%. The visitors maintain consistency in attack and strong puck control, sustaining pressure for long stretches. Ottawa shows intensity but struggles tracking back. A skull-filled matchup where Mammoth's stability and offensive depth should prevail. Kraken versus Stars. Stars 60%, under 55%. Dallas builds strength at home with order and tactical discipline. Their defense blocks shots and limits production. Seattle competes but can't sustain offense for structured teams. A physical, methodical game with home control and a tight scoreline. Flames versus Wild. Wild 55%, over 55%. Minnesota shows good chemistry in attack, despite some defensive flaws. Calgary faces pressure with inconsistent form and goaltending. Expect an active offensive rhythm slightly favoring the hosts' sustained presence. Avalanche versus Avalanche, 55%, over 55%. Colorado sticks to its aggressive identity, dominating possession and skating vertically. Vancouver performs well at home but struggles under physical demand. A close one, leaning toward the visitors' superior depth and tempo. Jets versus Ducks. Jets, 60%, over 55%. Winnipeg continues to show balance with strong puck control and quick transitions. Anaheim brings firepower, but lacks defensive stability when losing rebounds. A fast chance-heavy matchup leaning toward the Jets' consistency. That wraps up the action for Sunday, November 9th. Intensity on every field, every court, and every rink. Thanks for watching Outatime Sports, your home for rhythm, analysis, and real insight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and we'll see you next time on Outatime Sports.